welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Sam. I'm Sam.
Oh, I'm Mike.
Oh.
Are we filming?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've just...
What are you doing?
The news, you know, plane crash, war. They discovered chocolate on Mars.
Chocolate on Mars?
Oh no, that's wrong. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
Man, why is the news always so depressing?
Well, actually, there's a little story down here in the corner about National French Fry Day.
Oh, hey,
I don't know if that's real. Is that real?
Yeah, it is. I actually have a coupon for a free French fries.
Really? This is a National French Fry Day?
Yeah, it's in July.
Do we have to go to school?
No, yes. I mean,
Really?
It's not a national. I mean, you don't get the day off
You
or
don't
anything.
just stay home and eat French fries all day?
No, I wish. But also in
man.
July we have National Ice Cream Day too.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, there's lots of free stuff.
And those are different days, or they're the
Different
same day?
days.
Because I know some people like to put their French fries in their ice cream.
Ooh, I like to dip mine in my milkshakes.
Do you? That's kind of weird, but okay. I hope National Ice Cream Day is after National French Fry Day.
It
Because I
is.
like my ice cream as a dessert.
Yes, it is
Okay.
after.
That sounds
Maybe
good.
5 days or so.
And
after.
what
4
does
days,
your
3
what does
days.
your little coupon there do for us?
I get a free French fry with any meal.
One French fry?
A free, well, okay, free basket of French fries.
Ooh.
A free bucket of French fries.
Do you have one coupon or two?
I have one, but I got it out of a different newspaper, so maybe we can
share. Okay, and
go
I'll
get
get the
another one.
coupon for the ice cream. I'll handle dessert.
Yes, this is a
Save money.
way better news than your kind of depressing.
This is good news. I think
Yes.
I'll only watch the French fry news from now on, because you're right, everything else makes me worried.
Yes.
All right, guys, it's time for a news report. A real news report, not this news report. Let's check it out. Joey and Carol are discussing a news report.
Check this out. A tiger broke out of the zoo and is now running wild in our area.
No way. How is that possible?
Okay, so welcome to our dialogue for today. This dialogue is a news report. So we're looking now at a news report, and we've got two characters who are talking about the report, and they are Joey and Carol, and it says Joey and Carol are discussing a news report. And so we've got this verb discuss. So when you discuss something, you talk about that thing. And so a discussion is the noun. Discussion usually happens when more than one person are talking about a topic and they're interested in the topic, and so they're kind of having a little back and forth. These are the facts, this is what I think, da 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 da. So it's a little bit longer conversation on a topic. So that would be discuss. So we're going to figure out what's going on with Joey and Carol and this news report.
That's right, let's find out. And Joey begins the conversation, or their discussion, by saying, check this out, all right? If you have something new and interesting that you think another person might like to know about or see, you might say, check this out. You're basically saying, pay attention to this. I think you might like it or get something out of it. So what is it? What does he want his friend to check out? He says, a tiger broke out of the zoo and is now running wild in our area.
Woo, okay.
That's definitely something to check out.
I don't know if I would say just check this out. I'd probably be like watch out.
True. If someone said check it out, I might think this is interesting and not this is really, really important.
Yes.
Because it is kind of important because it's a story about a tiger that's running around in their neighborhood. So this is definitely news you want to know about before you go to the store and get eaten by a tiger. Because a tiger is a very large cat. In fact, a tiger is the biggest of all the cats, bigger than lions. Tigers live mostly in Asia, of course, in Siberia, in parts of India. They're big, they're orange, they've got black stripes and little white bits on them too. They have big teeth and claws and they eat people and they're, very dangerous. But of course, they also have beautiful fur, so sometimes they're hunted. And
yes.
of course, in the modern world where farmers have fields and the tiger lives in a jungle, it can be really bad, but it's usually much worse for the people because the tiger is big and scary and eats people.
Yes. And we also now had found out that this tiger broke out of its cage. So we have this phrase break out, and then the past tense broke out. And so when you break out of something, it means you were contained, something was contained, and then whatever was inside pushed its way out or broke through the cage. So I'm not sure what kind of cage they were using for this tiger. Probably needed to be stronger, or not probably, clearly needed to be stronger, but this tiger somehow either pushed through the cage or jumped over the cage or dug under the cage. So in some way they got out of the enclosure.
Yeah, it's true. That's actually a funny term because when you hear break, you think something was broken, right? But we could also use another word, escape.
Yes.
E-S-C-A-P-E. And if someone breaks out of jail, they might have to break through a wall. They might just climb over the wall or go under the wall, or even just steal the keys and open the door, but we would still use the word break out. So maybe the tiger didn't break anything. It's a big animal. Maybe it just jumped over something and ran away. But the idea is it should be in there, but now it's not. And this is a bad thing because this is a wild tiger. Most tigers, I would guess, would be wild. Maybe if it works in a zoo or if it was, raised by a person, like as a pet, it wouldn't be wild. But when we hear wild, we basically think of an animal that is not used to people. So it doesn't live on a farm. It's not a pet that lives in your house. It's not like a dog that works for the police or an animal in a circus. This is an animal outside in the forest, in the mountains, out there in nature, or maybe also in a zoo. But the idea is here, it's not used to people. It won't come over if you go, want some food, little pussycat? No, it won't. It'll just go, and hurt you because it's an animal, basically. It's a wild animal.
Yes, and then we also use this wild in the sentence as an adverb where it's running wild. So now we've got our wild tiger running wild in the wild.
Well, that's what they do, right? Yeah, so if it's running wild, that means it's loose. There's no control. It's not being followed by people, on the end of a rope. It's basically out there running around in the city as if it was out in the forest and it's hungry.
Yes. She says, no way. How is that possible?
It is strange. She's asking, how can a tiger get out of the zoo? And of course, the no way shows that she's really surprised. This is news she almost doesn't believe. But it's true. They're about to be eaten by a tiger. That's good. That's what's going to happen, right?
Well, I hope not. But
no? Well, we'll see after the break.
The report says it got out while its cage was cleaned.
Do the police know where the tiger is now?
Not really. They said it was last seen near the golf course.
That's just down the street from here.
Yeah. But then someone posted that tire tracks were found by the river.
What? That's far from here. Anyway, I hope the tiger is caught soon.
And we are back. There's a tiger running wild, everyone. What are you doing? Hide, run.
I know. Joey and Carol seem not too phased.
Well, I guess they're inside, but that's right. The news said that the local zoo not far from where they live had a tiger, but now it doesn't have a tiger because the tiger broke out. The tiger escaped. It's running around in the city somewhere. And of course, this is dangerous.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So Carol wanted to know, how did this happen? How does a tiger break out or escape from the zoo? It's a good question.
It is a good
because this
question.
really shouldn't happen. And anyway, so Joey, who's reading the newspaper or reading this online on a news website, he says, the report says it got out while its cage was cleaned. Well, I can see how that could happen.
Yeah.
Because, of course, the tiger living in the zoo lives in a cage. What is a cage? Basically, it's a box made of metal or something like that, but it doesn't have walls on the side. It has basically bars. So they use metal to make kind of like a net, some kind of frame, and you put an animal generally inside the cage. The idea is that the animal can see out, we can see in, Air can get into the animal so it can breathe, but the metal bars of the cage will keep it in there, keep it safe, because you don't want this thing running around. It could hurt people, or it could hurt itself. We can keep wild animals in a cage. If you go to an animal hospital, they might keep the different dogs and cats in cages if they're sick, to make sure they don't get out, they don't run around. And of course, the cage in a zoo will be much, much bigger than something you'd put a dog or a cat in. They might put plants and trees and water in there, but there will be walls, there will be a way to stop the animal from escaping, because if it's a dangerous animal, a cage is a safer place for it to be.
Yes, and so actually you can kind of see here then, again, like we talked about with the word break out, sounds like the tiger didn't really break anything.
They probably left the door
Yeah, they
open.
might have left the door open while they were going to clean.
Right.
So again, that breakout doesn't necessarily mean something's broken. They just, that something escaped.
That's a good question, right? Because you have to go in there and clean the floor where the dog or the tiger or whatever animal does its bathroom. But what do they do with the tiger?
Let it go free.
Right. People have to be in there, and I guess that's the time when it's easier for the animal to break out or escape.
Yes, and so then Carol is still kind of like wondering what's going on. She's still kind of worried. So she says, she's asking still about that news report too. And so she says, do the police know where the tiger is now?
Is it near here?
I mean,
Is it
yeah,
in this room?
apparently the zoo is pretty close.
It's not under your chair. That's good. Well, if you see it behind me, you'll tell me, right?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
I mean, if the tiger's busy eating you, I can run away.
That's a good point. I can't argue with that. That's a good point. All right, anyways, so do they know where the tiger is? This is, of course, important information if you live in the area and you don't want to be tiger lunch.
Yes.
So Joey says, not really. He doesn't really know, or the news doesn't really say, because it's a tiger. It moves around. So, of course, trying to find it and try to tell you where it is difficult, because it could go somewhere else. But he does say they said it was last seen near the golf course. So the last place the news has that someone saw it, maybe someone driving or who lives in the area, was around the golf course. But this might not be true now, because as he said, this is the last place someone saw it.
Yes, and so this word, this last, is the final place. So most recently, in this case I say most recently, the last place we saw it was at the golf course. But then it disappeared again, so now we don't know for sure. So that was its last known location, so meaning the final place that we know where it was. So you can use last to mean the final of something. So it's like, oh, this is my last, well, we were talking about French fries earlier. This is my last French fry. I'm not eating anymore. So you can say the last one, the final one. And in this case, the last place we saw the tiger.
Okay.
And Carol is like, I'm slightly nervous, because she says, that's just down the street from here.
Oh no!
So it's getting closer.
That golf course is near where they live. It's just down the street, maybe a few hundred meters away. And if the tiger, the last place they saw it, was near the golf course, that could be near their house. But there's newer information. The last place the newspaper said where the tiger was seen was the golf course. But Joey has even newer information. He says, yeah, that is true. The golf course is near us. That is the last place someone said they saw the tiger. But he says, yeah, but then someone posted that tiger tracks were found by the river. Oh, this is interesting, because someone saw the tiger near the golf course, but someone didn't see the tiger. They saw tiger tracks over by the river. And these are two different places, so maybe the tiger's over by the river. He doesn't know, though, because these were just the tiger tracks.
Yes, and so then Carol responds, what? That's far from here. Anyway, I hope the tiger is caught soon. So she doesn't seem too concerned anymore.
No, she's probably not going to go outside for the next hour. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Be careful of tigers out there. Who knows when they might pop up? Not soon. But we do hope to see you back here soon for some more great articles. Until then, bye-bye.
Bye.
Joey and Carol are discussing a news report.
Check this out. A tiger broke out of the zoo and is now running wild in our area.
No way! How is that possible?
The report says it got out while its cage was cleaned.
Do the police know where the tiger is now?
Not really. They said it was last seen near the golf course.
That's just down the street from here.
Yeah. But then someone posted that tire tracks were found by the river.
What? That's far from here. Anyway, I hope the tiger is caught soon.
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看一下这一课的单字。第一个 tiger， 这是一个名词，老虎。We saw several tigers in the wild. 我们在野外看见了几只老虎。In the wild 就叫做在野外，在野生的环境当中。下一个单字 wild， 它是一个副词，胡乱的、疯狂的。Let your imagination run wild. 让你的想象力自由奔跑吧。Run wild 本来是指不受控制的奔跑，在这里 let one's imagination run wild 表示让你的想象力恣意发挥的意思。Imagination 就是想象力，是一个名词。下一个单字 cage， 这是一个名词，笼子。A lion has escaped from the cage. 有一只狮子从笼子里逃了出来。Escape 在这里指的是动词逃跑、逃避。最后一个单字 last 这是一个副词，最后、上一次。When did you last go on vacation? 你上一次度假是什么时候呢？接着我们来看一下重点文法。第一个 break out 逃离、逃出，这是一个不可以分开的动词片语，它的后面常常会接介系词 of， 再接地点，表示从某个地方逃出来。He broke out of prison last night. 他昨晚越狱了。下一个 put down 放下，这是一个可以分开的动词片语。Can I put down the heavy bag for a minute? 我可以把这个很重的包包放下来一下吗？最后一个文法 How is that possible? 怎么可能？表示某件事情是不可能发生的。假设你在跟朋友讨论成绩，那你跟同学说 John failed the test. John 考试不及格哎。那另外一个人就说 How is that possible? He got a really good grade last time. 怎么可能？他上次考很高分呢？Fail 就是动词失败，那考试不及格就是 fail the test。以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，我们下一课再见喽，拜拜。
Hello, I'm Matt.
Hey guys, I'm Ian.
Today we're playing Guess the Bear. We each have 3 cards with words or phrases on them and example sentences where those words or phrases have been replaced with the word bear. We'll each have 1 minute to see if we can guess all 3 words or phrases. Okay, you ready? You're
Yeah.
gonna go first.
Okay, I'm guessing first?
You're gonna guess first.
Okay.
So 1 minute on the clock. Okay, let's go. First one is a noun. The boxer plays Eye of the Bear before his fights. In some parts of the world, bears are still endangered.
Tiger.
Yes.
Yes.
Next one's an adverb. People let their dogs run bare in the park. That type of plant grows bare in this area.
Loose.
Not quite.
This type of plant, say the second one.
That type of plant grows bare in this area.
Grows a lot.
It's like,
Loose, a lot, often. Okay.
okay, let's try the next one. The next one is a 2-word phrase. Bear your phone and talk to me. Hey, bear that expensive vase.
Pick up your phone and talk to me. Answer your
the
phone.
opposite.
Put down your
Yes,
phone.
okay.
Oh, put down your phone. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so the adverb. People let their dogs run bare in the park, and that type of plant grows bare in this area.
People let their dogs
I think-
run loose, run crazy, run out.
Okay.
What is it?
It's run wild. It's wild. So people let their dogs run wild in the park, and that type of plant grows wild in this area.
All right.
Okay, my turn now.
Yeah, okay, let's get a minute on the clock. Ready and go. Noun, 1 word. The mouse managed to escape from its bear. All the monkeys ran around in their bear
Cage.
Yes. Adverb, one word. Did you bear speak to him? Oh, sorry. When did you bear speak to him? We can cook first and set the table bare.
Wait, when did you say it?
When did you bear speak to him? We can cook first and set the table bare.
Last.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Phrase, 2 words. A fight, bear during the concert. The prisoners bear out of prison and ran.
Okay. I think it's broke out.
Yes, break
Okay.
out. Yeah.
Break out. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the fight broke out in the prison. That's a scary situation. Or
Yeah,
no,
it would be a very
prisoners broke
scary
out. A fight broke
situation.
out.
I know. Actually, there was like this so let's read. A fight broke out during the concert. The prisoners broke out of prison and ran.
Yeah,
Is
it's
the
two
sentence.
interesting uses of
Yeah.
to break out.
Yeah, to break out. You can also break out on your face. Right?
Break
Like-
out and dance.
Yeah, if you have pimples, you broke out.
See you next time.